Hello everybody and welcome to my channel where I am talking about starting my private practice and taking you on my journey of starting a private practice. So since I last left you, I was talking about direct marketing, how all that was going. And so today I just want to give you an update on that and tell you where I'm at with my business stuff, with where I'm at with postpartum and all that stuff. And I wanted to just hurry up and make a video because it's been a while and I want to do it while I'm thinking of it and while I'm not distracted with other things going on. So direct marketing, like I said before, is going well still. I'm still making connections in the community. I don't know if I told you guys like who I've been meeting with, but so far I've met with some physical therapists. I'm kind of trying to build up a referral network. So I've met with some physical therapists, introduced myself, told them about my practice, learned about their practice, and we exchanged information, brochures, and things like that. I've met with one funeral home director and exchanged information with him. He also gave me another referral, not for therapy, but for another like community connection, because he refers a lot of his people who are going through like really hard time with grief. He refers them to a church that has a grief group. And so I'm planning on reaching out to that group, introducing myself as well, seeing how we can work together in some way. And what else? Oh yeah, and the physical therapist, one of the physical therapists I met with, I don't know if I told you guys this or not, it's been like, things have been going quickly. I feel like every time I meet with somebody, it leads to other things and other possibilities and stuff. So another physical therapist that I met with has an open office space that he usually rents out to other people, other healthcare providers. And so we're talking about me renting out that space a couple of days a week. And then he also has a support group for people with Parkinson's disease, and he is looking for another mental health provider to run that group for the next series, for the next 3 meetings, because starting in the fall, because the person that was running it, he said he can't do it anymore, so they're looking for somebody else. So I actually went to their meeting in July, and I liked it, and I think that the people, they're just very engaged in the content, and so I was like, yeah, let me see how I can help. And so I'm meeting with the administrative assistant / office manager. I don't really know what her title is, but meeting with her to kind of discuss like topics, ideas, and things like that. In the coming months, we'll be meeting about that. So super excited. They will pay me for that monthly because it's a once a month thing. And then I also have their information, they have mine, so that we can, use each other as referrals. The owner's girlfriend actually is also a therapist, and she works for the city. She does like crisis response. So that's pretty cool. I talked to her through FaceTime a little bit. We plan to eventually meet with each other in person. Well, I did meet with her in person at the physical therapy office, but we plan to have dinner or something with our families. She invited me to her house. It's just that I'm just exhausted. It's just, it's the summertime and it's busy, and it's just like somebody's always having a barbecue. We're having barbecues with our family. Like, it's just, church stuff. Our church is merging with 2 other churches, and it's like, just a lot. Just a lot going on. And although it's not like that affects me that much, but it's still it's one of the things in your brain of like what's going on in life. I also contracted with another private practice, and I met with like her and a couple of other people that are starting with her practice yesterday, and I have another meeting with her on Tuesday. It's like an orientation, like to understand how she does things and things like that. But my understanding is that she has some contracts with the city, and she gets referrals from Wraparound and CCS, which basically are like, they're like state services for people who are going through rehabilitation, and they're like more on the severe side of things where they really, really need help. Like maybe they, from a child therapist perspective, I've had kids who were part of the wraparound program in the past, and like those are the kids that like get expelled a lot from school because of behavioral issues and emotional disturbances and things like that, and they just have like suicide attempts and things like that. So like severe issues, but not so severe that they need to be hospitalized or in intensive outpatient treatment, but like this is the next step down basically. So she has contracts with that, and so her private practice, she contracts with other therapists, like I think a lot of private practices do that, and so I told her I would take some clients from her, for her practice or whatever. I'm like tired, so I'm kind of trying to figure out the words. So I signed that contract, and we're getting things going now with that. So I'm excited about that. She's also a Black therapist, so I'm excited to work with another Black business owner. I've never worked with like a Black leader. All of my leaders have always been like white, or there was one Hispanic woman in my life, but mostly just white women or men have been like my boss or a business leader that I worked with in some capacity. I'm trying to think. Well, anyways, so I was excited. I've never worked with a Black woman before, and as like a leader. Usually like as a coworker or something, yeah, but like not as like a leader of a business. So this is exciting. I'm excited. I love her office space. Everything is so orderly, organized. It's beautiful. She also is really into fragrances, calming fragrances. So when you come into her office, it's like immediate calming peace. And I told her that I was like, this is wonderful. You've hit like a lot of the senses with how you've decorated and your space. And she's like, yes, I'm very intentional about the space here. I want it to be very healing and calming and stuff like that. So it's pretty cool. She also has like an art studio for art therapy. She has a yoga studio because she's a certified yoga instructor for people who have gone through trauma. So she's doing a lot of things. She has a nonprofit organization, so she's just doing everything. And so it'll be great to learn from her. And so I'm excited about that. But I've also decided to start taking Medicaid insurance because personally, as far as like social media marketing and digital marketing, I just am not really into that too much. It's kind of fun, I like writing blogs, I like writing newsletters, and I like, designing things on Canva. But when it comes to like actually like marketing things, like doing the hashtags and making sure things are like appealing to the people, to, I don't know, I feel like it's not my thing. And so I'm just like, let me get on Medicaid panels, because then I'll at least be getting the other thought behind it is that I am so used to working with people who have Medicaid insurance, and I felt like kind of bad not being able to help them anymore. I mean, working with this other private practice, I will be able to, but I'm saying from my own practice standpoint, I felt like, bad about that. So I reduced my rates. I added more sessions to my week, so that I could make up for the reduced rates. And then I also am working with getting on a Medicaid panel, on the Medicaid panels. So that will hopefully get me some more referrals as well. And my strategy right now is just to work with this contract, save some money, and then invest in Google advertising and in Instagram advertising and things like that monthly. But right now I'm just building things. And so I think the way to go about doing that is really just to like do this contract, save money, for advertising, and then, go from there. So yeah, that's where I'm at right now with my practice. And yeah, I'm just excited to be my own boss and see where things go. Yeah, I'm just excited about the prospect and seeing where things go in life. So that's where I'm at, and yeah. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I need to tell you. Yeah, so that's where I'm at right now. That's my little update of what's been going on. On the postpartum front, I am doing better. You know, I get a little bit more sleep every day, or not every day, but every, you know, whatever. And he's sleeping more at night. So I'm only getting up like 2 times during the night to feed him. I'm not pumping through the night anymore. I do my last pump at around 10:30 or 11 o'clock, and then I go to bed after that. And then I wake up at 6, and then I pump, and I do it every 3 hours. And so yeah, so that's where I'm at right now. I feel like this postpartum period is a lot easier than when I was postpartum with my daughter. I don't know what it is, but emotionally, I feel better. Physically, I'm better than I was at this point with my daughter. So I don't know if it's because she was a winter baby and he's a spring baby, so like there's more things to do when you're postpartum and you had a baby in the spring or summer. Like you can go outside, people are always having barbecues and parties and things like that. You could just see people more. Also, it was during COVID with her and everything was closed, whereas now I can go to the library, to the park, to the, you know, wherever. And also having a 2-year-old, like with her, she was the first one. I didn't have any other babies. But having a 2-year-old kind of forces you to just like keep going. Whereas before I didn't have that. And so I was kind of just around the house doing, you know, doing the minimum. Whereas now I have to like do the most. So I tried to make a day in the life video for you guys, but it did not turn out well because my daughter had a tantrum at her painting class and we had to leave before it was over because she was not listening to me, and I do not play no games. When it comes to kids not listening to adults, you need to listen. I don't care how old you are. There is a way to discipline even a toddler when they're not listening. And so I know some people probably feel like, oh, they're just 2 years old. You know, no. You have to start them young, disciplining them, because they need to learn early on in life that they need to listen to authority and they need to listen to their parents. So anyways, I said, I'm not rewarding bad behavior, we're leaving. So we left the painting class because she was not listening and she had a fit even more, and I did not care. And then I explained to her, you know, if you're not listening to mommy, you don't paint. And so I'm going to remind her of that during her next painting class, which is this Friday. And we'll see, you know, I'll remind her of that before the class and during the class. And if she has another meltdown, we're done. But she usually doesn't. So it was really weird this week with that. Like, she's not usually the kid in painting class with a tantrum. And when I say painting class, it's like literally just like a park district class that like toddlers do. It's just painting different things and they can do whatever they want. But she wasn't listening about eating paint. She kept eating the paint, and so we left. But she's not usually the kid in class having the tantrums, but this week she was. And so I was like, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's because you didn't get a nap yesterday when you were with your grandparents or what, because sometimes that can throw her off with her mood the next day. But it doesn't matter why, you're still gonna listen to me. So we left, and that was a little stressful because I had the baby with me too, but it worked out. It was fine. So yeah, I want to try and do a day in the life video, but it just does not work out. I don't know how other moms on YouTube do it, because I'll watch other moms day in the lives videos and stuff, or their shopping video, they got their kids with them, and I'm like, how did you get your toddler to just be okay during that time? Because it's just not happening for me. But anyway, So this is the best I can do. These videos here where I'm just taking the time to talk to you real quick, this is the best I can do right now. So hopefully you appreciate that. Make sure to like and subscribe if you want to keep following my journey on starting a private practice. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.